I'm back with a UFC 305 predictions breakdowns, and let's get straight into it, man. From the early prelims, Stuart Nicole versus Jesus Aguilar. I really don't care about this matchup right here, so we're gonna flip a coin to decide it. It's heads, so we're going with Stuart Nicole. Moving on, Sonkanov versus Ricky Glenn. Now, this is actually a matchup I care about. Both kind of bums, journeymans. Sonkanov has fought like everybody. But the important thing in this matchup is that Ricky Glenn is a lightweight. He's on like a loss streak, been getting not finished. So I don't like when fighters do that, like when they get finished a couple times in a row and they move weight classes. Usually doesn't work out, and he's fighting a pretty big welterweight in Sonkanov who's gonna pack more power. Ricky Glenn was never known for his power, so I feel like the power difference in this matchup will give Kanan the win. I'll say like second round knockout. Moving on, man. Tom Nolan versus Alex Reyes. I'm going Tom Nolan because he's just kind of an interesting prospect. I had my eyes on him when he was fighting on the Dana White Contender Series. So we're gonna go with Tom Nolan. I don't even know, dog. We'll just go by knockout. All right. Moving on to the prelims. Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. Yeah, go Jenkins. His last loss was to, I think, Shepe Mariscal, which was a fluke. Bro got his arm broken, and Herbert Burns sucks at fighting. Just look at this man. Just look at Herbert Burns. Look at his face, and tell me you can trust him to win a fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jenkins by decision. I feel like he's not the most dangerous guy, and I feel like Herbert Burns can survive a low explosion. I mean, Herbert Burns is gonna put on a low explosion. Jenkins will survive and win a decision from there. Moving on, man. Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos. I'm going to go in Luana Santos because she do a little dance and she shakes her hips and her ass. I like that. And we're going to move on to Josh Kulibau versus Ricardo Ramos. I'm going to go with Ramos. I think Kulibau is kind of finishable. So I feel like Ramos will be able to put on something here. Maybe like hurt him and grab him in a guillotine. You know, a little something like that. Yeah, Ramos. Let's go. First round sub. Fuck it. Moving on. Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. Now, Walter Walker is completely trash at fighting, but Junior Tafa ain't that good either. So I'm going to go Tafa by decision. I think Walker's just slow, and he'll just put up less activity than Tafa and lose a decision that way. Yeah, man. Not a very interesting matchup to me. I don't know why it's so high up. Moving on to the main card, Li Jingliang versus Carlo Prates. Now, this fight I actually love. I'm a big Leech fan, as I am Chinese, and he's one of the important Chinese fighters on the roster. And he's just a wholesome dude, been in the game for a minute. But Prates has come out of Fighting Nerds. That's a camp that I'm very high on right now. They're just doing great things. And yeah, I'm going Prates by decision here. I think Li Jingliang has some weapons he could use against Prates. That lead hook of his is going to be very good here. And if he walks forward on Prates, I think he could get a win. I think he could finish Prates. But long layoff. I think he's had an injury as well. I don't know. I can't really trust in that. So I'm going Prates. I think Fighting Nerds will put up a good game plan and just really give him the win over Li Jingliang. Game planning, fighting smart, pushing forward, and using his range. Moving on, Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. The blob matchup. Yeah, it's sad for Tai, man. He's on like a 5-fight losing streak. Gone, Pavlovich, and then Volkov, and then Tybura. 4-fight finish streak. My bad, guys. It's not that bad. Rozenstruik just won over the GOAT, Shamil Gaziev, and for that reason, I'm gonna give him the edge. Obviously, Tai could always get it done, and I feel like, you know what, man? I'm gonna pick Tai by knockout, just because I feel like it. I feel like it's not the logical pick at all. Tai first round knockout. Moving on, Mateusz Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. Gamrot by blanketing. I don't see Hooker being able to finish Gamrot. I feel like, yeah, he could hurt him, but everybody hurts Gamrot. He'll just recover, shoot a takedown, and just control Hooker. That's the type of Gamrot fight. Maybe Dan can finish him with a knee, maybe. and he is using the kind of rangy man kind of striking style. And Jalen Turner did give Gamrot a lot of trouble with that. I don't know. Maybe Hooker does have a chance now I'm thinking about it. But I think I'm going to go Gamrot by decision. But don't be surprised if Dan Hooker puts up a good fight. Moving on to the co-main event, man. Kai Kara-France, I'm fucking speeding through this card. KKF versus Steve Erceg. And I got to go with the flyweight champ right here, man. Look. Y'all saw my reaction to Steve Erceg versus Pantoja. That was actually my first card on my YouTube channel, so it's kind of sick seeing him back. I am of the opinion that Erceg won the fight, but I'm also aware that this fight was really close against Pantoja, so I could see the scoring for Pantoja as well. But with that, I'm going to pick Steve Erceg. Look, I think he can mix in the grappling. Even though Kai Kara-France has good grappling defense, I think somebody that's mixing it up, well-rounded, is going to be able to implement that better. Kai Kara-France coming off kind of a layoff. I'm tempted to pick. You know what? I'm going Kai Kara-France by decision. I think he's going to be motivated by that Al-Bazzi loss, robbery. And I feel like he has a good style against Erceg. He's going to be able to chop the leg. Use his power to kind of deter Erceg a little bit, who does have a very good chin and awareness with strikes. I just think Kai Kara-France can implement his game better. So I'm going Kai Kara-France by decision, 3-round fight as well. Moving on to the main event, man. Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Now, this fight I thought about for a long time, but I'm picking Dricus du Plessis by decision. I think he wins 4 or 3 rounds out of 5 and puts up a well-rounded performance like he needs to. He needs to shoot during the right times, catch Izzy off guard, and take him down. Use that to better his striking, because I think his striking is not bad, but it's definitely not technical and not textbook. And I think that's where Adesanya is going to be able to catch him. But Adesanya isn't that good at boxing either. It's just his 1-2 that you really have to worry about. And I think that will give Dricus trouble. But with mixing in the wrestling and his heavy feint game and his adaptability, because looking back on Dricus' career, he's always kind of switched up his fight style. He's always doing something different. So I think he's going to play the right game here. He's going to play the leg kick game with Adesanya and use the grappling as well to get a decision. Close decision, maybe split. But yeah, man, Dricus du Plessis by decision. And yeah, man, that was my predictions for UFC 305. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. Peace out. Have a good night.